Welcome back to A Blessing a Day. Today, we gather in the warmth of God's presence as we reflect on a powerful message from the readings of the day. Isn't it comforting to know that our journey in life, filled with uncertainties and trials, is never walked alone? God's promise is that He walks beside us, guiding us and giving us hope. So, let us delve into the readings that reveal how faith, courage, and humility can shape our lives and bring us closer to the heart of God. In the book of Deuteronomy, we witness Moses, a deeply revered leader, at the final chapter of his life. At 120 years old, he gives his parting words to the Israelites, who stand on the brink of entering the Promised Land. Imagine the weight of this moment. Moses, who led them through the wilderness, is about to pass the mantle to Joshua. He reassures the people by reminding them that it is not by their might that they will conquer the nations before them, but by the strength of the Lord who goes before them. Be brave and steadfast. Have no fear or dread of them, for it is the Lord your God who marches with you. He will never fail you or forsake you. What a comforting reassurance. God, our guiding light, accompanies us through life's challenges. How often do we face obstacles that seem insurmountable? Whether they are personal struggles, crises in faith, or the uncertainties of our future, God calls us to be courageous. We must remember that, just like the Israelites, we are not called to march alone. The promise of His presence infuses us with strength and removes the fear that can so easily bind us. Moses' legacy extends beyond mere leadership. He teaches us about transitioning our fears into faith. He entrusts Joshua with the hope of generations, emphasizing the importance of faith in fulfilling God's plan. Dear friends, who are we passing our hopes and faith on to? When we mentor, guide, or support others, we embody the spirit of Moses. We too can echo his call, be brave and steadfast. This divine call transcends generations and invites us to be conduits of courage, hope, and love. Moving to the Gospel of Matthew, we find ourselves in a profoundly intimate and enlightening moment with Jesus. The disciples are curious, aspiring to understand greatness. In a surprising twist, Jesus calls a child to Him, illustrating the kingdom of heaven's values through the lens of innocence and humility. Unless you turn and become like children, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. This intrinsic call to humility is bound with simplicity, trust, and an openness to receive love. What can we learn from a child? Children exemplify trust without reservation. They depend significantly on others, especially their parents. In this divine analogy, God calls us back to that trusting disposition. Jesus emphasizes that humility and childlike wonder are keys to experiencing God's kingdom, a radical shift from how the world typically perceives greatness, which often thrives on pride, power, and self-assertion. Saint Therese of Lisieux once said, "It is true that I am very small. I am too small to carry my great desires, but I am very big in my trust. I put everything in God's hands." Additionally, we are reminded in today's gospel of the profound love God has for each one of us, as expressed through the parable of the lost sheep. God's heart rejoices over those who are lost and seeks them out tenderly. Every single soul matters to Him, Imagine the boundless love that accompanies a shepherd who searches tirelessly for just one lost sheep while the other 99 are safe. It teaches us about value, not just in terms of numbers, but in the soul of each individual person. We are called to see one another through God's eyes. Furthermore, within our communities, how often do we overlook those who are marginalized or in need? As we navigate through our daily lives, let us not forget the lesson Jesus imparts. Every child, every vulnerable person is precious in the eyes of God. May we strive to uphold their worth, to advocate for the voiceless, and to nurture faith, hope, and charity in every interaction. So, I invite you today, reflect on this. Are you allowing God's strength to guide your courage? Are you embracing the humility to see the world through the eyes of love? Let us be bold and steadfast like Moses, and childlike in our faith as instructed by Jesus. Remember, God is always by your side, encouraging you not to fear, but to trust. As we conclude our reflection, may we pray together for strength to embrace our journey with faith and courage, trusting fully in God's unwavering presence. May the Lord bless you and keep you, always drawing you closer to Him. Remember to subscribe to A Blessing a Day for daily insights and reflections. And please share this message with those who might need a reminder that they are never alone. Until we meet again, may your day be filled with joy and peace.